I was born in Chicago, but I grew up in El Salvador. And I grew up at a time of the Civil War when Ronald Reagan was funding the government against the guerrilla troops, and I actually was a Republican. And I came to the United States when I was 9. I was a Republican all throughout high school. I actually worked for George Bush's campaign and Henry Hyde when he was still in Congress. I have a picture of me with George Herbert Walker Bush, Papa Bush, and which I mysteriously disappeared. I don't think I ever want to see that thing ever come to light. And it wasn't until I joined the Army that I started rethinking my political allegiances. I mean, the Army is probably the perfect socialistic society because they took care of my housing, they took care of my food, they took care of my medical care. I could actually focus on doing my job as opposed to focusing on trying to survive, and that made me a much more efficient soldier, a much more effective soldier. Furthermore, when you're in the Army, your unit is everything. Your colleagues together, it's a band of brothers. You are as strong as your weakest link, so you're always looking out for each other. So I came from that environment, and suddenly I came out in 1992 into basically the end of George Bush's America, and it was a very materialistic, very selfish philosophy. At the same time, I was always very socially liberal. You had the rise of the Christian Coalition, and combined, that made me realize that I really didn't have a home in the Republican Party. So I actually voted for George Bush in 1992. That was the last time I think 1994 I voted Republican. That was the last time I ever voted Republican. By 1996, I was actually fully transitioned over to being a